Hey, listen to this juicy bit about Goldie Hawn. At 80, Goldie Hawn shares who she doesn't want showing up at her funeral. Goldie Hawn was born Goldie Jean Hawn on November 21, 1945, in Washington, D.C. Right from when she was little, Hawn showed a real knack for performing and a fun personality that made her stand out from other kids. She grew up in a family that supported her, so she worked on her artsy side and got really into performing arts. In the end, she found her true passion in acting and comedy. Her big break happened in the 1960s when she joined the fun cast of the famous TV sketch comedy show Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Her bubbly vibe, catchy laugh, and perfect comedy timing soon won over fans all over the country. Being on that show not only made her super famous, but it also got her praise from critics. She even won an Emmy Award in 1970, which proved she was a talented and lovable performer. When she moved from TV to movies, Hawn showed she could handle all kinds of roles. She switched easily between funny stuff and serious parts while keeping that warm and easy-to-relate-to feel. In 1969, she grabbed the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her part in Cactus Flower. That role let her mix humor with real emotion, and it got her respect from the top people in Hollywood. In the years after, she was in a bunch of great movies like There's a Girl in My Soup, Private Benjamin, Overboard, The First Wives Club, and The Out-of-Towners. Every role showed off her special charm, spot-on comedy timing, and lasting appeal. Besides her work success, Hawn's character on screen always gave off good vibes, kindness, and a bubbly energy that inspired fans and other actors too. Her skill at connecting with people, through laughs, understanding, or real feelings, is proof of her amazing talent and lasting impact. Away from acting, Goldie Hawn has also done a lead out as a giver and supporter of mental health and kids' education. In 2003, she helped start the Hawn Foundation, which later became Mind Up. It's a group that helps kids build social and emotional skills using mindfulness. With this work, she has shown how much she cares about helping kids reach their full potential. She stresses how important emotional smarts, kindness, and strength are. Hawn's focus on helping others shows her idea that being famous means you should give back. She has always used her fame to make a real positive change for many kids and families. In 2001, Goldie Hawn got back together with big Hollywood stars. She shared the screen again with Warren Beatty, her fun co-star from Shampoo and other movies, and the amazing Diane Keaton in the fancy comedy Town and Country. Even with the star-packed cast and a budget of about $90 million, the movie let down critics and fans. It came out quietly and didn't get much notice. It had trouble at the box office and only made about $7 million in North America. That was way below what everyone expected. The whole thing was tough, but it didn't dim Hawn's happy spirit or her love for acting. In 2002, Hawn came back to a movie that really fit her funny and charming style with the Banger Sisters. It was a sweet comedy drama where she starred with strong actors Susan Sarandon and Jeffrey Rush. In it, Hawn played a wild, fun-loving character whose old life and new life crashed together in a story about friendship, who you are, and lasting young bonds. This turned out to be her last live-action role for the next 15 years, a break that made fans miss her special spark on screen. While she stepped away from acting, Hawn looked inside herself and thought about her life and work. That led to her very personal book, A Lotus Grows in the Mud, coming out in 2005. In the book, she opened up about private stories, things she learned, and her life views that helped her through years in Hollywood. It gave readers a peek behind the fancy world of being a star. After some quiet time, Hawn started making fans happy again with voice roles and some screen appearances in the late 2000s and beyond. In 2013, she was a guest voice in a fun episode of the popular cartoon Phineas and Ferb. She voiced the odd and cute neighbor Peggy McGee, along with Chef Gordon Ramsay. It showed her playful humor and timing in a fresh way. 4 years later, in 2017, Hawn made a big comeback to movies after 15 years away. She co-starred with the wild Amy Schumer in the comedy Snatched. They played mom and daughter, and Hawn brought her classic mix of warmth, smart jokes, and funny timing. It proved that even after a long break from real acting movies, she still drew people in and was super charming. Not one to slow down, Hawn got into the holiday fun with a small part as Mrs. Claus in the 2018 Netflix family movie The Christmas Chronicles. Fans loved her so much that she came back as the main Mrs. Claus in the sequel, The Christmas Chronicles 2 in 2020. It made kids and adults happy with her fun energy and warm charm. From big flops to touching dramas, cartoon fun, and holiday family movies, Goldie Hawn's career shows her huge range, lasting charm, and skill at grabbing fans from all ages. Goldie Hawn's own life has been just as exciting and out there as her famous career. It's full of big romances and strong partnerships. Her first marriage was to Gus Triconis, a skilled actor, dancer, and director, in 1969. Triconis had already made his mark in Hollywood as a dancer and director. They connected through the showbiz world, which brought them together at first. Their marriage lasted until 1976. It covered a time when Hawn's career was growing a lot as she went. From TV stardom on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In to starting big in movies. The marriage ended in divorce, but it was an important time for Hawn. It let her figure out her work goals and who she was, all while people watched, and it set up her later relationships. After splitting from Triconis, Hawn married musician and actor Bill Hudson in 1976. Hudson was known for his band, the Hudson Brothers. He shared a creative spark with Hawn, plus a flashy life that got lots of media buzz. They had 2 kids, Oliver Hudson and Kate Hudson, who both became successful actors later. That carried Hawn's talent to the next generation of Hollywood stars. Even though their marriage started with hope, Hawn and Hudson dealt with fame pressure, busy jobs, and personal issues. That led to divorce in 1982. Still, their time together mattered because it made Hawn a caring mom who handled a big career while raising kids in the spotlight. The longest and most talked about relationship in Goldie Hawn's life has been with actor Kurt Russell. It started in 1983 and is still going strong today. Unlike her marriages, Hawn and Russell never got legally married, but their long partnership is full of real respect, strong support, and a steady feel that's rare in Hollywood. The couple has kept things pretty private but solid. People often call it one of the truest and longest-lasting pairs in showbiz. Together, they've handled fame challenges, mixed families, and work stress while keeping a good private life. It shows that real commitment can work even without a traditional marriage. Their relationship is a great example of lasting love, friendship, and working together. It shows Hawn's talent for building deep connections based on trust, laughs, and liking each other a lot. At 80 years old, Goldie Hawn is a Hollywood legend, famous for her bright smile, bubbly charm, and real talent. Lately, she opened it up in an honest and surprising way about what she wants for her own funeral. In a recent interview that's got fans and gossip sites buzzing, Hawn was straight about who she doesn't want there at the event for her life. While lots of famous people talk about death and funerals seriously or skip it, Hawn handled it with her usual mix of humor, truth, and straightforward talk. She said there are some people from her past, famous coworkers and others, that she doesn't want coming. She stressed that even for death and remembering, personal limits and being real about feelings are important to her. Hawn was super clear that some big Hollywood names she has long and tricky histories with are on that list. Bill Murray, she said, is someone I never quite connected with. We worked together, we laughed, but I never really felt that close friendship you want with people you work with. And honestly, I'd rather have quiet time with folks who really lifted me up in life than fake it with someone after I'm gone. This open talk about Murray shows how much personal honesty and knowing herself Hawn has. It's not common for stars her level to be so real in public. Hawn's straightforward words about her connections, even with famous and liked people, show she values being true over being nice or fitting in. Dustin Hoffman was another name Hawn brought up with some caution. Dustin and I had our times, she said. We were in the same world. We ran into each other like Hollywood makes you do. But there was some friction. There was a gap. Life is too short, even when remembering, to act like it wasn't there. By talking openly about the complicated sides of her work and personal ties, Hawn shows that stars, even with their glam lives, have relationships that are just as tricky and messy as anyone's. Her decision to clearly leave out someone as respected as Hoffman proves that her funeral isn't just a formal thing. To her, it's about the relationships that really brought happiness, help, and love to her life. Chevy Chase also ended up on Hawn's list of people she'd rather not have there, even after she's gone. Chevy is smart and hilarious, but honestly, over the years, there were things I couldn't get past, she said. Humor is great, but if it hurts kindness, it's not the vibe I want around my last goodbye. This hits hard because Chase is seen as one of the starters of modern comedy acting. But Hawn is clear that fame or work success doesn't earn a spot in her close world. Her rules are simple but very personal. Loyalty, warmth, and real respect come first. Finally, Michael Douglas got a quick mention, with a bit of sadness. Michael and I crossed paths so many times in this business, and we had laughs and chats, but there's a gap there I can't overlook. I want my funeral to feel close and real, not weighed down by must-show-up visits or old issues. Hawn's way of thinking here is interesting because it shows she wants clear feelings and peace, even when planning something far off that most people don't think about much. She's basically picking not just who comes to her funeral, but the whole feel of love and memory around her. What makes Hawn's words so grabbing is the mix of light fun and real heart. She's not just complaining or making drama for headlines. She's sharing a deep idea about people connections, death, and why it's key to be around those who really count. At 80, Goldie Hawn is looking back on a long, amazing career full of great roles, laughs, and fan love, but also claiming her right to shape her story in a very personal way. The news that she really didn't like some people more than others might seem shocking at first, but it's truly about standing up for being real, respecting yourself, and honest feelings in life and after. For Hawn, her funeral isn't a duty or a show. It's her last way to choose, a party for the relationships that meant the most, and a strong statement that even after death, her choices and values are still hers.